All right, Sam.
Okay, well, welcome everyone. As you know, we're here today to celebrate our Water Whiz Challenge. This was the campaign that we did in March and April this year to really promote water conservation and as it relates to sustainability and climate change action. This is a part of the bigger program, the Broward Water Partnership. And what that is, it's a collaboration of local governments and water utilities who come together to promote water conservation, to create a water conservation ethic throughout Broward County. So this challenge, the Water Whiz Challenge, as I mentioned, it was in March and April, and it was designed to get the public engaged with environmental events and activities. So when we originally developed it, we wanted people to go to Earth Day events and tree plantings and beach cleanups and waterway cleanups and all of those things. And then we had COVID-19 hit us pretty hard and everything was canceled. So we worked really hard with the outreach consultant to kind of remake this challenge and make it a virtual challenge. So we asked the public to submit what they were doing at home or what they have done to promote water conservation or to conserve water and protect our water resources. So people could submit via plugin on our website, and then they could also submit via Facebook. And this was great because everyone could see what other people were doing. They could see their photos. They could see them planting native or drought tolerant plants, or they could see that they had replaced their old toilets with high efficiency models. So it was all around engaging, just bringing people together to have this feel good moment in a really difficult time. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Jennifer Corrado, the Chief Resilience Officer for Broward County.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. And Sam, thanks so much for bringing us all together. And Keefer, really excited to see you this afternoon. We've all been looking forward to today for some time. I just want to share that we consider the Broward Water Partnership one of the most significant collaborations that we partner with our cities, the county, and private sector. Organized on bringing additional attention and participation to the protection and conservation of water and our natural environment, and really underscoring the linkage that exists between our practices and how we influence the quality of our resources, and also have the a major connection to what happens with respect to climate change, because the treatment and movement of water is one of the most energy intensive activities that we undertake in the urban environment in our communities. And of course, we know that with climate change, we pose even greater threats to the challenge of meeting water supply needs and providing flood protection, as there's just so many diverse components to how hydrology and water shapes our community, influences our quality of life, has the ability to support or not the quality of the environment and the natural resources that we collectively care about. So this is the type of effort that requires all hands on deck, and it isn't just about talking, it's about walking, and talking the talk, walking the walk, and that's why today is so very special. So I want to thank all of our community partners. I want to congratulate the City of Fort Lauderdale for being such a phenomenal partner all around, but clearly this is really represented in the engagement of folks in their community, and really the stellar leadership that we see of one of obviously a prized young person in our community. And we're really thrilled to be able to celebrate your leadership and the joys of some of the work product that has come from that. So on behalf of all of those who are engaged in the partnership, a big thank you. And thanks, Sam, for bringing us all together today.
That is no problem. This was such a fun campaign. What was really great about it is we were able to develop animations for this. So we developed 6 animations with our water conservation ambassadors, Steph and Steve the plumber. They went on all these adventures, and it taught people about water conservation and sustainability and climate change. And those are going to be good forever. We can keep them up on our YouTube channel and people can watch those forever. And then, we also created some comic strips with our conservation ambassadors, which included Sammy Save-A-Lot, our toilet mascot, and then also the Water Whiz, which is our wizard who, waves his magic wand and helps with water conservation. We also partnered with the schools on this. We were able to create lesson plans for teachers when they were scrambling to come up with virtual activities for their students to do. So, even though we had some challenges with COVID-19 and with us all staying at home, we were able to create this really successful campaign. And I think it really brought the community together in a lot of different ways. And it challenged us to be resilient. And that's what, it's all about, resiliency. So as we were going, we were tracking the submissions. We were tracking what cities they came from. And as I mentioned before, we had 17 communities that partner for the Broward Water Partnership. And we tracked them based on utility size. So when we wanted to celebrate the partner with the most engagement. So Fort Lauderdale had nearly 30% of the submissions for this, but Fort Lauderdale's a big utility. So even with Fort Lauderdale being a really, really large community, they surpassed all the other communities with engagement. So it was really fabulous to see. Also, that's my cat in the background. Sorry for that. So anyway, we wanted to celebrate the city of Fort Lauderdale and all of their efforts for this. So we have a trophy to give to the city of Fort Lauderdale. I'm going to throw this over to Glenn. Yeah. And just really to thank you guys for being such a tremendous partner for the past 10 years. I think we've been doing the Broward Water Partnership. So it's really fabulous.
Thank you so much.
Would you like to say anything?
Yeah, just briefly, I would, like to thank, the Broward Water Partnership. We, in the city of Fort Lauderdale, we have water everywhere in our canals and the ocean, and it's a critical resource and a challenge. And we're really pleased to be part of the Broward Water Partnership and part of the Water Whiz Challenge, and pleased that we have the most winners. And I know we're going to get to the individual winner, who I think we can also claim in Fort Lauderdale. So, but I wanted to also thank you. I'm pleased to see our sustainability division there. And I particularly wanted to thank Stephanie Wilk, who takes the lead on our outreach for Conservation Pays, and Karina Flores, our Green Year Routine Coordinator, who as a coordinator has helped us with our outreach too. So thank you.
Both Stephanie and Karina have been super helpful, always responsive, and I love working with both of them. So now the reason we're here, we want to celebrate Keefer. He is the young gentleman in the fabulous suit. He was so active in this campaign, more than anybody else. And he submitted via Facebook, via our website. He created a short little Earth Day video. And throughout the year, Keefer attends all of the environmental events. I've seen him at the Waterway cleanup, the coastal cleanup. He comes to Water Matters Day with his mom every year. Last year, they participated in our Play Conservation Pays and Win Challenge. And actually, when I told a couple of my colleagues that he had won, they were so excited they wanted to be a part of this celebration. So Stephanie Kedzeff and Sam Jarvis are on the call because they've met him before and they know how passionate he is. So congratulations, Keefer. And I want to give you a few minutes to say, why you care about the environment, why you want to get involved, and what you plan for the future.
Thank you. So I care about the environment because it is essential for healthy living. It provides the food we eat, fresh water, as well as many resources like the animals or plants. They could have certain chemicals to make medicine or technological advances. That's why I really care about the environment, because it has so much to do for our future with untapped potential.
I
And
love that.
thank you. I enjoyed this challenge. It was really fun to contribute and involve to water conservation. And it also led me to the discovery of new programs in our county, which is pretty fun to see, and more activities for us to do and help the environment.
Awesome. And Keefer was telling me before he's doing a lot of online webinars about sharks and plankton and all sorts of cool stuff over the summer. So he can't go to the camps and the different places that he wanted to learn from, but he's using this time to do the webinars, which is fabulous.
Yeah, and my plans for the future is to spread more awareness. The more people that notice the problem, the more people to find a solution. That's what I kind of think when I want to spread awareness.
Can we say anything, Sam?
I think I have a little tear in my eye because it gives me hope for the future.
Sam, can we provide comment also?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Keefer, I just want to say that your leadership is really extraordinary. And we all know it's really important for people to hear messages like you're sharing from their peers. It means a lot more when, a friend shares that information rather than perhaps one of ourselves. So I hope that you're playing a really active role in school. I suspect that you're heavily engaged in a lot of programs, but I just can't underscore enough the importance of your voice. And we've seen so much in the way of young people and their leadership capabilities. It's really extraordinary. And beyond that, I know it's really enticing when you go out in the world, and hopefully you'll travel a great deal and learn an exceptional amount. But to the extent that you're able to apply your talent and your concern for our environment, in the community where you're living, maybe you won't be able to stay here for 60 years because of the lots of challenges that we have. But to the extent that you're able, we really need the type of talent that you're demonstrating to help us solve the types of issues that we have here at home. And hopefully those opportunities will exist for you, whether you're looking for internships as you get a little bit older and maybe want to gain some experience either in consulting or in local government. I'm sure that we'll all be really thrilled to find opportunities for you to come and learn from us and help improve our community. So thank you so much. I think it's a real celebration to see people, youth like you, who are so engaged, connected, and willing to do more for all of us.
Thank you.
Did anybody else want to say anything? Okay, well, with that, now it's time for the final reveal of the animation. Honey is crossing her fingers. Let's hope that it plays properly.
Do not attempt to adjust your set.
Okay.
And
Has anyone else seen it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Here we go.
Keefer, that's not you.
Are we ready?
Ready.
I'm Water Whiz. That's what I do. I do my part, but I'm asking you too. To help us save water, to do even more, to protect our resources. We're not adding chores. Every day there are people doing their part. We want you to join them because it's so smart. My friend Keefer is a leader we know, doing his part without a big show. Keefer's a guy who picks up the trash, who cleans up the beach when not even asked. From the riverbanks, waterways, parks, and lots too. He knows that whatever we do, trash and debris, it's bad for the water. He picks it up because he thinks that we oughta. Picking up trash is one way to go, but there's more we can do, so much that we know. Sea level rise is a problem we share, but Keefer is ready to take on the dare of reducing our carbon emissions and more. He turns off the lights and takes his bike to the store. The rise of sea is more than the flooding that threatens our shore and leaves our yard muddy. Our water supplies nearest the coast, with sea level rise, it leaves them all toast. The climate is changing before we grow old. Look at king tides, look at the storms. Keefer says we should do what we can to slow it all down, to take a strong stand. Days are much hotter, the rains are quite strong, so Keefer plants trees to help us along. The trees cool us down, Keefer says of his work. They're good for water and air and for looks. Many save water and energy too, but with conservation, there's more we can do. Reduce, recycle, repair, and rethink the resources we use with a little restraint. Irrigate less, go native with plants. It all makes a difference and helps us advance. Keefer's commitment is strong and it's true, but there's plenty more things for us to do. Each of us can play a small part to conserve the environment because it's just smart. Keefer's my bud and a water whiz too. He's doing his part. How about you? Join us.
And we now return you to regular programming.
Awesome.
Honey.
Does anybody have anything they want to say about that? I'm curious to see how the city feels about it. We threw some little iconic places in there. Do you recognize them?
Yeah, I think that was super cool. You saw the wave wall on A1A. You saw the river walk, the parks, the bonnet house. It was very, very cool to see that. Thank you.
Awesome. No, thank you. Thank everyone who participated. This was fabulous.
I liked the Dr. Seuss-esque rhyming. It was pretty funny and more engaging because it rhymes.
I think we give credit to our consultant, Honey, for that one.
And to Keefer for getting the work done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that all the elements were all inspired by all of your statements, and hopefully you felt like the imagery and the story was yours. But I do believe that Honey did a phenomenal job working with a really talented team, and it was really fun to see all those pieces come together. It was just astonishing to see the full package because it's been such snippets for so long. So I'm thrilled, and Honey, I think you did a great job. Thank you.
Thanks.
It's good to have a good character to mold from.
Thank you, Honey.
Okay,
Thank
well,
you.
that will live on our YouTube channel. We'll have that uploaded shortly. And once it is, I'll email you the link so you can share with your friends and family members. And otherwise, I think that's all we have today.
Any final thoughts?
Congratulations, Keefer. Thank you so much for inspiring our neighbors and our county to help with water conservation and keeping our water clean. Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Keefer.
right.